Okay, so I wanted to just give you an overview of the ArborPress assembly that we're going to be doing for our second project. We're going to be spending about 2 weeks here on this project, and you'll find the details for this project here in this PDF where it says Module 2 ArborPress details. I do have mine printed out and underneath my camera, so that PDF is exactly what we see here. Now, what this is it shows you the ArborPress assembly, kind of a far away picture. I have a couple of working arbor presses here in the lab. They're not the exact duplicate of what we have here on our assembly, but as far as working parts overall, they're pretty darn solid and pretty darn close. Then you're going to notice that there are a series of parts here that we will be putting together to create this full assembly. What I want you to do right now, if you happen to be in class and you have a physical copy, we are not going to be incorporating item number 9, which is the gib plate. You can cross that one off. The gib plate will not be used, number 9. Okay. We won't be creating that. We don't need it.
I assume 12 through 15 is just basic hardware.
Yes, and then 12 through 15, these are the descriptions of each one of the individual basic hardware, which we will be using Creo to input. So we won't be creating details for that. But other than that, we will be creating details, or I should say the part models and details and assembly model and details and drawings for each and every one of these parts. Okay, so as we are looking at these, there are 3 parts that I'm specifically going to go over with you guys in terms of introducing, because there are some elements on these that are, I would say, of the advanced nature. The one that we're going to be the ones that we're going to be looking at are the pinion shaft, the ram, which is the rack for that pinion. And then we're also going to be doing the frame together, or I'll be doing a demonstration of it. You certainly are welcome to, then kind of go off on your own and create the models for all of the other parts. Those should be pretty straightforward for you. But if you wanted to attempt any of these, you're totally fine. But just know that I'm going to be doing demonstrations for those 3 parts specifically, so that you get a good idea of how to create those. When we look at the pinion shaft here, these have gear teeth on them, and Creo does not have a function in the base package that we have as part of our licensing to create those gear teeth. So we're actually going to be creating a sketch and using the sweep function to cut those teeth into that shaft. Okay, so we're going to have to kind of go through a process, if you would, to do that, and I'll be demonstrating that for you. The other one that we have here is the ram. We are also going to have to manually create those teeth. Once we get one created, we can use the pattern function to do the other ones, but we'll construct that as well. So these 2 we're going to do. And then as we look down here, we're going to be using the swept blend function to create kind of this arch on our frame portion of the ArborPress. So I'll walk you through, what's involved in that process as well. So that's what we have as far as the project itself. So full set of working drawings and making sure that things fit together. So we're going to be checking out and looking at tolerancing and all that kind of stuff, and applying good dimensioning skills here. Now, before we get into looking at the individual parts, I wanted to go back to our Canvas page, and you're going to notice that right below the ArborPress details handout that we have, there is a 6-minute video here on the ArborPress setup tutorial. I don't know if we're going to go through the entire thing, but I want to give you an idea of, first of all, how these parts go together. This is a nice little YouTube video, as well as the operation. So I'm going to stop our current video at this point, and then on your own, if you happen to be watching this, for those who are present in class right now, you're going to see what's on my screen, but I'm just going to stop the recording, not to include this video because the video is there. So I'm going to just do a stop.